Yo, yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream. Tonight, we're going to be playing more Cindra. We're going to continue exploring Cindra in the CC. I have been doing some LL and CC testing, both in... I've been playing Briar in LL a little bit. Tomorrow's video is actually going to be Briar versus Icelander, so make sure you check out that gameplay. That'll be there tomorrow. And then, yeah, we're going to keep playing Cindra because the deck feels pretty good. I did make a couple of small changes, just a couple of small changes to the deck, so that we can try to fine tune the list a little bit more. I feel like there was probably still some small things that we could take from the Shizuka list and try to make it just a little bit better. So anyway, that's what's going on. Gavin, Martin, Dave, what's going on, guys? Yes, as Dave pointed out, there is a new light. I have a new microphone. So yeah, I bought a new microphone. And I've got a much better light in front of me now, and I've also got much better backdrop lighting now, so should improve the quality of the picture that you guys are seeing just a little bit better. So hopefully it stands out better tonight. It's not weirder for you guys, and I should sound better. I bought an XLR mic, which is much better than a USB mic, so hopefully it stands out and you guys can hear me better, and hopefully I don't know, hopefully it just improves the quality. So, trying to make things just a little bit better. Also, we're going to take a look at the deck here. A couple things I want to talk about before we jump in and we talk about the deck. Do not forget, I will be at Canada's Collectible Games this Saturday hanging out at their fall festival from 11 to 6 Central. Make sure you come by. It's going to be a good time. Come by and say hi. It should be a lot of really good fun. What can make the list better? He won first. What have you won? All right. Well, that's a pretty coming out of the gates blazing take there, pal. If you're being funny, it went over my head. If you're being serious, I would like to encourage you to think a little bit beyond what you're thinking right now, and say that just because the list won something doesn't mean it can't be improved upon. So just something to think about that hopefully might expand your reach a little bit when it comes to card games. Or if you were being funny, then well played, because the joke went right over my head. So anyway, when can you play Lyeth again, best buddy? We'll probably play Lyeth sometime next week in CC. I've still been working on the deck and testing it. I just haven't really had a chance to play it. So like I haven't really wanted to stream it. There's not been that many significant changes to the deck. I am taking Lyeth with me to my event this weekend to be able to, talk about it, or to be able to play it this weekend. So, like, if people want to play games and stuff like that. So, I think it'll be fun to have it in my bag to play. But we'll probably try to stream it one day next week. The hero's fun, and I'm enjoying working on it. So, we'll see if we can try to make the hero a little bit better. I've been working on a more like defensive evolution of the deck. So hopefully that comes together a little bit. So anyway, so yeah, I'll be at Canada's Collectibles this weekend. Yeah, Canada's Collectibles store in the USA is pretty funny. Ludiful, I honestly, when I first got the thing, I thought I was getting a message to come to Canada, and I was very confused. But it's actually in the same state as me, so it's even more hilarious that they're in Tennessee. So yeah. And then the other thing I want to talk about is you'll notice that there is an exclamation point gsc10k. Green Tree Sports Cards up in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area is having a 10k Classic Constructed tournament the very first weekend in November. That is November 1st and the 2nd. On the 1st, on Saturday, there's going to be a 10k for CC. And on Sunday, there's going to be a 2.5k, I believe, for Living Legends. So make sure you check that out. It's going to be a good time. If you've already won a ProQuest, you can't play any more ProQuest, you might as well go check that out. Should be a good time. If you want more details about that, exclamation point gsc10k in the chat. Without further ado, let's jump in and let's talk about the deck a little bit. So the deck is 79 of the same 80 cards from when I have played last. Like it's the exact same list with one change. We have cut the Amulet of Echoes. I think Amulet of Echoes was just a little too cute, if I'm being honest. I don't know that it's really where we want to be or what we're trying to accomplish. And we've added in Mask of the Pouncing Lynx. I think Mask of the Pouncing Lynx is almost like a necessary evil for this deck. It's so good against decks that want to block you, like Victor or Valda. I think it's very good into Florian as well. So Mask of the Pouncing Lynx allows us to do some really cool things where we can go get a Blood Runs Deep on our Wrath of Retribution turn. We're able to just use it as value whenever we want it to be there, because there are a lot of decks that are looking to constantly block us to try to keep their life totals up and make value plays. And so I think Mask of the Pouncing Lynx fits in to help us be able to close games, close the gap on life totals, and really just go that step above. So this feels like a great addition to the sideboard over Amulet of Echoes. I just think it fits in really, really well. All right, hang on one second. I gotta. So I was still talking after I moved my mic because, if I'm being honest, I kind of forgot. But I like it's very weird having like such a nice and fancy mic like this XLR mic. It doesn't pick up any like background noise. So like, I move it. I don't know, but like when I move the mic back down here, you guys can hear me just fine. It's really cool. Luke, what's going on? How you doing? Want to help me figure out what to field at my local ProQuest? Yeah, let's talk about it, dude. I am here. I am here for it. I love it. I'm gonna try and make it to the 10K, dude. Pockets, I hope you make it. I'd love to get to hang out with you, man. I was like, I don't feel like we've hung out since Memphis, right? Memphis back in February was the last time we chilled. We got to hang out and talk. Yeah, the mic is unbelievably directional. It's crazy. It's actually wild, like how cool the mic is. I don't know. I've been very, very impressed with the Elgato mic. Yo, Nick, what's up, buddy? I'm drowning in Daft Punk music. Yo, Michael, let's go. That's awesome. I like Daft Punk music. Echoes is making Acilio an already good matchup better. Seems necessary. So you think that Amulet of Echoes for Acilio is necessary to win, Dave? Is that what you're saying? Or did you mean seems unnecessary? Unnecessary. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Like, because if you feel that way, like I'm open to it. I like my gut disagrees with that take, but I'm open to hear what you have to say about it. I am potato, LOL. Yeah, pockets. I figured it'd been since like I figured it would have actually have been since yeah, since Memphis, which was like back in January or February, right? Because we all went to barbecue. Louis was there. Now I had a chance to see Louis at Nationals, but yeah, there's been quite a bit. It's been a while since I've seen a lot of people. I mean, I got to meet a lot of really cool people. At both at London and Singapore. But I guess Vegas was like the last time I got to see like a bunch of people from the US. So I don't know. I'm very excited for Worlds. All right, so let's see. Lots of KOs and DOs, some Cindras, two specialist Verdance players, might have a couple of Gravies, Florians, and Warriors. I have Mario, Cindra, and Florian as options, but you don't have Atea, Warmongers, or Quick Dodge. I'm thinking. Hey, let's go. Liam with the 6 months of tier 1 or 10 months of tier 1. Yo, let's go. Liam, thank you so much for the 10 months, brother. I appreciate that so much. Thank you for the sub over on YouTube. Hey, what's going on, Annabelle? If I had to pick one of those decks, Luke, like I would honestly pick Cindra. I don't think you need Authority of Ataya. You could probably just be on Imperial Seal of Command in the sideboard. They definitely have like different effects, and like they're different on how you like go about setting them up. But I don't think that having Authority of Ataya is a necessary card for the deck. It's just very convenient. Like right now, if I was going to a ProQuest on Saturday instead of this event I'm going to, I don't own Authority of Italia. I haven't bought it yet. So I would just be on Imperial Seal of Command. But if you're going to a ProQuest this weekend, I think the best deck week one is Cindra. I 110% believe that. I don't know. Like, I just think Cindra stands out right now as like she's kind of just the best deck right now with everything going on in the meta. So I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. Going on to 9 months, sitting at the hotel lobby with a large fab group playing some board slash party game. Yep, dude, I remember that. They were playing Blood on the Clock Tower. Oh, so Dave, I'm still playing Mask of Momentum into I'm still playing Mask of Momentum into Verdance. I think Mask of Momentum is necessary into Verdance as much as I hate it. How the man changes his tune. One, hey Annabelle, what's going on? Two, yeah, when when the meta changes and like card games adapt, I change, right? Because I think that's what intelligent people do. I think their opinion changes. Like 6 weeks ago, when I told you guys that I felt like Cindra was, like the best, like the worst best deck in the format, like I felt that way. Now she seems like she's the best deck in the format with no like there doesn't need to be any like like quotation marks around it. And I think week two ProQuest could be 110% different. If I'm being honest, I don't even think that is like a. I think that is a week by week statement right now that I think Cindra is the best deck in the room. Like 2 weeks from now, we may not even be playing Cindra. I don't know. Like, I may be on Florian for Worlds. Like, who knows? Like, we could be on anything. I'm testing all kinds of stuff. I may was playing Links and Cinder for Nationals, and the deck just slaps you so hard. Yeah, I've actually been considering putting it in like into some aggro matchups, Kano, because it's so cool at just being able to like get the blood on their hands, or like you not blood on their hands. Jesus, wrong deck. Blood runs deep, or like playing a one up Salt the Wound for like super aggro matchups when you're trying to race. A deck full of 0 for 4s with free quasi true damage and card draw is pretty good. I mean, crazy, right, Jay? It's crazy. Assassins aren't down, Madge. I mean, I could like I think Mario's not a bad pick, right? Like Mario's not a bad pick for week one, I don't think, of ProQuest. You just have a terrible gravy matchup is your worst problem as Mario. Still think Cindra is just up because Assassin is down. Week two of ProQuest, she might go down. Completely agree, Dave. Completely agree with you. People think that Cindra will be the best deck, then they'll play Victor. Then if people play Victor, then they'll play Gravy. And if people play Gravy, they'll play Cindra. Gavin, you just described exactly like how I feel about it. Like you're just running in this weird cycle, right? Of like what counters the best deck, Because you could easily win a ProQuest on Victor if all you played against was Cindra the whole time. I completely agree with that. And French shows an expression that is all right. We're gonna make an attempt at reading this. We're gonna make an attempt at reading. Il ajuste les fois qui ne tangent jamais idis. That's as close as it gets, boys. Sorry, that was really bad. That was really bad. Sorry, boys. Which comes out in English. Only crazy people never change their minds. Liam, I love that. I might get that like only crazy people never change their minds. We might get that put on the back of the wall next to Victor. um, I mean, Mario's also good at dodge gravy, right? Like Mario really struggles in the gravy, Dave. Question for other Cindras: if you go first, do you ever try to keep them off Mask of Momentum, or do you just accept that you're both 5 intellect heroes? It kind of depends on the layout of my hand, Jonathan, I would say. I think that, you like if you're going first, there's some rationale to the Cinder Mirror to bring in shelters so that you're both not playing 5 intellect heroes. But the problem with that is that if you go first and you board in shelters and like some defensive cards to try and like, mitigate the value they get, then you end up being the 3 intellect hero and they end up being the 4 intellect hero. And so it's kind of weird. I don't know. It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough. Mateus, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, Mario is also really bad into Florian, 100%. I think Mario is better into Verdance than Florian. Florian just feels quite rough. I mean, I think Florian's like just basically unwinnable into Verdance, right? Like Verdance just like slaps that around, I'm pretty sure. Sometimes a hypocrite is nothing more than a man in the process of changing. Yo, that's some heavy shit right there, dog. That's heavy, dog. That's dog. That's heavy, bro. Yo, Pockets, thanks for coming by. Hope enjoy your haircut. Heard Betsy is close to top of D tier now, so that's pretty cool. I mean, if I play against a control bet, like a fatigue Betsy at my broke list, I might just crash out, like, say some more unregrettable, like say some more regrettable things. Been playing Leviathan for years and have a plan into every deck but Cinder and Dio. Not sure what I'm supposed to do there. I mean, Jay, if I'm being brutally honest, you're probably just supposed to get ran over, right? Because like KO, like OG KO is a deck that can like kind of keep up with Cindra and like has like all the same tools that you do with like Flesh Bag and BRB and things like that. But like OG KO just probably does those things slightly better and still can't keep up with Cindra in my opinion. So I don't know. I think those might just be like L matchups, right? I totally agree with Runaway's list of PQ. When you say list, do you mean like their tier list, Michael? Is that what you mean? Liam Holden, champion of the people. We always get that in there. You got to get the full name in there out of respect. Played his Florian versus Mario today. Terrible draws, one not resolving a single felling or plow. Yeah, that's crazy. I actually have not seen. I have not seen the Runaways tier list. For some reason, like my mouse is clicking twice. I've learned that that's why we're having so many issues. I made a side. I made so for anybody who like is a YouTube member or Twitch subscriber, I have matchups for everything, and I updated the Lieth deck and I updated the Cindra deck for all of the matchups that we're playing. And this is one of them that we have in there. So I actually think that I'm playing this wrong because I have Claw of Cyan and I have Wrath of Retribution. I don't think that's correct. I think you're supposed to be on like probably like Art of the Dragon scale, right? Like if I had like you're probably just on Art of the Dragon scale. You play authority, and then yeah, I don't know why I didn't cut Wrath of Retribution in this matchup. I have to think I just wasn't thinking. I think we want to be on Art of the Dragon scale to try and like help chew through some of their equipment. It could be correct to be on Breaking Point just in case, but I think that Authority of Ataya is like 110% like a correct slam dunk in this matchup. Feels very, very powerful. Like, I don't think being on Wrath and Claw is a good decision. I think you need to be on Wrath or Claw, like, personally. Is kind of where I'm at with the whole thing. Um, why did I not get a chance to... Okay, I just clicked through it, I guess? I don't know. Hey, let's go. Mike, Dom, thank you so much for becoming a member of support over on YouTube. Appreciate this so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, by the way, that goes for everybody. If you are we buy back our daggers now. Should we pitch? Should we pitch to buy back here? No, right? Like that's wrong. My opponent's gonna strangle me this game. I think we're just supposed to play it out like this. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. That is definitely not how I saw that playing out. Our opponent. I mean, obviously they're playing Verdance, so like obviously they're on a much more defensive plan, but I wonder if they're on like a heavy arcane barrier plan, like if that's their goal. I was like, I can't imagine they're wanting to. I was supposed to gain a resource there. I am so sorry, buddy. Yeah, because I need a resource to be able to get my daggers back. All right, I've got to stop and like take a mental breath and like reset here so that we can start playing better. Yeah, I am like all over the place right now for some reason. I don't know what's going on. This is the first time I've seen an actual aggro blaze deck. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, every now and again we play actual aggro. Um, not super often, but like a lot of times. I enjoy the mid rangey style decks. I think we're gonna flick to get rid of the kunai here and just hope we draw a starter. Um, yeah, I'm normally a fan of like mid rangey style strategies, but every now and again, like I enjoy aggro decks, and like Cindra is one of those decks. She's just like falling into the category that I've been enjoying lately. So just kind of where I'm at with the meta and the deck right now. That's right, aggro blaze headlong. I like that. Yo, Samuel, what's up, buddy? Yeah, Gavin, I've noticed that there's a lot more like Verdance, like just trying to do the like full arcane thing, which I kind of get, you know? Crown of Providence when you're off an arsenal is pretty interesting. We're gonna go brand into cut through. It's pretty unfortunate the way this hand plays out. Hopefully they don't have like a mental block or something here. They do have the ability to decompose. I'm going to play off of a hunch here, and we're gonna get rid of Claw and Serikai. I don't want to give them any plow under value, so we're just gonna go ahead. Like any plow under, like command and conquer value we can dodge is good for us. So we'll just go ahead and throw demonstrate devotion. Your blaze to aggro ratio is off. It'll even out over the stream. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you're right. All right, so this was a felling, not a plow, or it is a plow, and they're just trying to like keep everything. Hmm. And so my gut was wrong. So we're just taking 6 here. I mean, that's okay though, because this hand lines up pretty well. I think we're going to attack with the Art of the Dragonfire. Do we want to attack with the Art of the Dragon Scale? Honestly, it's tough because I kind of like both. Okay, so with the trigger on the stack, we're going to activate the fealty so that the next thing we play is Draconic and we get the reduction effect. I'm not sure what you mean by boots, Michael. Do you care to elaborate? Played my first locals last night, borrowing of all the deck. Lost to Verdance. Bang and beat an Arachne Huntsman. Yo, let's go, dude. Dude, let's go. I'm glad you got to play in your first locals. That's awesome, brother. That's awesome. Oh, use boots to play both? We'll see. We could. I don't know if that's necessary though, right? If it is Cinder's #1 fan 69. I mean, to be fair, Cinder is hanging up on my wall back here on our towel, so okay. I thought it was me. I thought I was the drama. I think attacking with Art of the Dragon Scale is pretty good. We're threatening to be able to blow up Storm Striders or like Stonewall Gauntlet here. I am gonna flick because this is our third Draconic Chain Link. Oh, mental block and a defense reaction is insane here, actually. Well played. Good patience. Good play. Well done, opponent. Well done. We'll go ahead and get both of these back here. Our opponent's going to end the turn at 21. We're going to have an Art of the Dragonfire in our arsenal, which is probably just going to end up as a 1 for 5. Just kidding. We immediately draw a hand that lets it work. Yeah, that's worth it to me. It's also worth it to them because they don't want to give themselves the intellect penalty, right? So it's going to be Fire Tenant Strike first, Brand with Cinderclaw, Ravenous Rabble, Display Loyalty into the Art of the Dragonfire. I mean, this is a pretty good hand to start with here. Happy to see it's not just not me you're beating on today. I mean, Trent, I don't know if you remember our games earlier today, dog, but like we split those games, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we split those games, dog. Like, talk about it like I'm just out here, like, like racking up free wins or something, but it's like that's not how that went down, brother. We split those games, dog. Split those games. Walda is a super fun hero. Need to wait on those D-react prevention effects before flicking. It was the last chain link, right? Like it was the last chain link, and we wanted to. Wow, this is actually really good, right? Like the Stonewall Gauntlet here is actually insane. Wow, crazy how good that is. I wonder if we were supposed to play this one differently. The thing that makes it awkward is like we don't really have a great hand no matter what we do, right? So I think we're just gonna do this and Arsenal the display loyalty. We're not gonna flick because this is the end of our turn. Okay. Is never letting. I mean, I guess that's fair. They're probably never gonna let that happen. And if they do, we're probably just content with it, correct? Like we're probably just content with letting that happen, is probably the case. Wow. Plow under goes to the bottom. Wow, this hand's incredibly clunky. A fealty token would be really good here if we had one. I think this hand is block Lava Burst, Art of the Dragon Blood, throw Blaze Headlong, and Arsenal the Empowerment. I don't really see a better line here because we don't have a way to like gain go again. If we could play Ancestral Empowerment on the Blaze Headlong, it'd be insane. This is just one of the problems. It's like, you don't have as like what I would call as many natural starters as I did slash does, I guess, technically. So I don't know. Sometimes it can be a little clunky. We're just gonna throw the old Blaze Hedgehog here. Blazing Hedgehog. Hunter or Hunted has brought the Arachne Huntsman Johnnies out of the woodwork again. It's great. I mean, there are a lot of people who enjoy Arachne Huntsman. I still don't think the hero is very good, but I mean, everything has its things, right? Like everything has its things. This hand's actually not bad. It's kind of weird, but this hand is pretty good because of the authority. If we didn't have a blue, this hand is like big cheeks, big cheeks, but it's okay. Isn't it crazy when you Arsenal a card, the opponent draws Arsenal Disruption? Truly skill? Oh, dude, like our opponent's so good. Our opponent's so good. Honestly, we got out of that turn a lot better than I thought we were going to with the Burn Bear. They're just going to discard the shelter. While annoying, it's not the end of the world. It's definitely obnoxious for this turn. Blood Runs Deep is going to cost 1. So we're going to flick a dagger for no value here. And then there is 1 prevention floating. The Ancestral Empowerment's not looking very good on this hand. Do we want to let this happen now? Like we can just push over 2 points of damage here by playing this. And then it's hot on their heels. This hand actually lines up pretty well. Playing both of the playing 2 copies of Blood Runs Deep in one turn is very, very awkward. It's gonna be go again into Blood Runs Deep into throw the snatch. Glad to hear you're enjoying Briar testing. I'm not gonna lie, I actually really enjoyed your list you sent me, and it's been a lot of fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's got clunky hands just like any other deck does, but it's been a lot of fun to play. I've actually thoroughly enjoyed playing the deck, so I really appreciate you sending it over. It's been a lot of fun to play and test, which is like better than I thought it was gonna go because every time I've played Briar in the past, I've just like not had a good time at all, really. So we're gonna skip both of the getting dagger back counters, and then hopefully this forces chest and card from hand. Click worth to keep Mask alive on that hot on their heels. I mean, we did keep Mask alive, right? Because we had the kunai. I think the extra resource allowed us to like get with the kunai pretty well there. Ooh, they're gonna give us two cards here. They must have a felling or something. At least I'm assuming it's a felling. We're gonna arsenal to cut through. I wonder. Oh, are we drawing a card? We are going to draw a card. I actually like that. I think draw a card is correct. Oh, what is happening? I've got to get a new mouse or something. Something's going on with my mouse. It's like clicking twice when I click for some reason, and I don't know why. I'm gonna have to use my space bar a lot more tonight. We're gonna lead on Fire Tenant Strike first. Don't want to pitch the entire blue if I can help it. This is a chain link if they cover it up. I actually think we're just gonna go ahead and activate this here, right? We want the go again dagger. What do we want here? Do we want to keep the Vincerikai? I think I was like half expecting a shelter there. I actually played a game against Trent earlier where I made a really bad decision. Oh, they had the shelter. They just decided to block four with it. Hmm. I made a really bad decision against Trent earlier where I went for a cut through. And Trent had like not seen a shelter all game. And so it was an absolute blowout. Do we want to attack with this or do I want to throw the snatch? Like they blocked here, which tells me that like they kind of have something, but we could just like try to punish them. I mean, they've played one plow, right? Like they've only played one plow, and they just blocked with their first felling. I feel like we're walking face first into whatever they've set up, but last card was a react. You talking about on the last turn? Not the best thing in the arsenal in the world. Like it's fine, right? Really don't want to go to 8. But if we give mass, take 4, go to 10, and then we keep our hand. We give up the chess piece as well to stay at 11. Matches the last card is very, very good. I mean, there's also like multiple prevention effects left, right? Like they have 2 mental blocks and a shelter they haven't seen in his turn 8. So like we do have lethal. I agree, Gavin. I want to play this correctly. I don't want to don't want to jump a little bit too soon here. I think we're just gonna go to 10. And I think losing the throw dagger is fine. We're gonna try and take every card out of their hand anyway. Throw dagger was not a great arsenal regardless, so it kind of works out. I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to keep that. Being at 10 with Spell Void 1 in play, it's very hard for them to kill us from here. They have to block, which feels amazing, and then we get to Empowerment. Okay. I think the Lava Burst is going to get us there, right? We're gonna activate Cindra. We're gonna get this dagger back, and we're gonna attack with it, and then we're gonna come in with Lava Burst. The prevention effect is exactly what I was worried about right there. Lava Burst just ends the game. Yeah. So we're gonna hit him. We're gonna tell him good game. So Lava Burst comes in for 5. We get to flick this, and we keep the claw here anyway. So I think we're in a pretty good spot. If we had played to the throw dagger, we would have been in a worse spot. So I'm glad that we played it out the way that we did. Um, I don't know. I was just telling myself to listen to my gut right there, and I did. I'm very, very, very glad that we did. Because it felt better that way. All right, so let's see. We played against Verdance. We went second. We got the win. Going second allowed us to apply pressure first. Let's see. What were some key turns? Top did not cast a single felling game and only one plow. They went for an all arcane strategy for an all arcane strategy where I was able to use Claw to save life. I think Claw of Ensarakai is just too good in in this matchup. Honestly, I just think Claw of Ensarakai is just actually like kind of insane, right? Like Claw of Ensarakai is just actually kind of cracked, kind of crazy in general. Um Bit of Lava Burst, Boots, then Art of the Dragon. Um Lava Burst was Lava Burst was on Chain Link 3. We would not have come in for 5 with it, Brando. So if we were to make that decision, so the line that I took was to pitch Art of the Dragon Blood to come in with Dagger for 1, which did play into their prevention, unfortunately, and then Lava Burst for 5. Or the option was, since the Art of the Dragon Blood was not going to be Draconic, we were not going to be able to give it go again. So we would have had to have went Lava Burst for 2 um into Art of the Dragon Blood for 4. Our opponent would have taken 1. And so, like, unfortunately, it was just unfortunately it just didn't really pan out the way that we wanted to do. But if that had been the case, that would have been awesome, Brando. Yo, Pataflusflus, thank you so much for the sub. Let's go. That's 5 months of Prime support. You know, Pata, thank you so much for the 5 months of Prime support over on Twitch. I appreciate it a whole bunch. Means a lot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it needs Rupture, unfortunately, but I do like the idea. If Rupture was on, that would have 100% been the correct play. Throw Dagger is Giga Risk versus Verdance, unless you can flick and play it in response to their prevention. Yeah, no, I agree. There's a lot of things that Verdance is actually able to stuff kind of naturally with the way that she builds her deck, unfortunately. One thing I have been very, very excited to share with you guys. I also bought a stream deck. Since I like the idea of the convenience of the stream deck, and I have been waiting to have a soundboard that I can just hit and play while I'm doing things and all kinds of random nonsense. So I hope you guys are ready for this random stuff.
Prank 'em, John.
This one's just for Trent.
Lizard, 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 lizard.
I added that one on there just because I knew people would love it or people would hate it. Listen, it Trent, he loves it. This is one of my favorites.
I'm in danger.
Also, if any of them are like too loud or not loud enough, let me know. I like this one a lot too.
Show me what you got.
That crazy son of a bitch did it. All right, let's play another game. I'm gonna try to use the soundboard. Ooh, Talishar be glitching right now. We're gonna try to play some games and test tonight. One of my goals is to try and actually get to 100 games this week. So for anybody who's following the Road to World Series, I got to we're supposed to go second. I got to 50 games week 1, and I got to 49 games week 2. So we're actually trying to like close it out and get to 100 games this week. All right, let's see. Against Kano, we are going second. We are on all of the stuff, and we're on Mopal. I'm pretty sure this is an Arcane compliance matchup. We're gonna cut an overcrowded, so we have Authority of Ataya in the sideboard. This is another matchup where I do not have Wrath out of the side, which I don't understand. I have -1. Oh, I see what I've done. Actually, I think this is way better, right? We can cut an Oath of Loyalty, and we can bring in 2 of these. I cut an Empowerment in the way I was sideboarding originally, but I think this is better. I think we're going to try it like this, where we're going to leave in the Empowerment. And since we're on the Prevention Dagger, we're going to cut the Wrath of Retribution. I personally think it's correct that anytime you're cutting the second kunai that you're supposed to be on, you're supposed to cut Wrath of Retribution as well. This matchup, I'm imagining it's very 50-50. I've only played it once, and it was I played it twice during US Nationals testing. Like at the event with some buddies, and I got absolutely cooked. Cooked, I tell you. They're just banishing a couple of cards. I mean, yeah, we're just gonna play out our turn. Our hand's pretty aggressive, so we get to go 3, 4, 4. I'm sorry, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 6, 7, 6, 7. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I need to get an audio of somebody saying 6, 7. That's what I need. That's what I need is an audio of somebody saying 6, 7. I've been testing Briar. I've been testing Briar about. Hey, Felix, what's up, buddy? I started testing Briar after the Aurora reps did not feel very good. We are not mopaling. We are not mopaling. Hey, Slip, what's up? I guess I'm a boomer. I don't 6, 7. I mean, listen, guys, it's okay. Like, I don't think that makes you a boomer. I mean, if you ask my siblings, it makes you a boomer, but my siblings are also like in high school or college. I don't understand half the things that come out of their mouths sometimes. But yeah, 6, 7 is very popular. I hear it said quite often. Don't ever say 6, 7 again. I need you to know I just about said it. Like I just about leaned into the mic to say it again. I mean, I don't think we're gonna go get anything here. I think we're just gonna get our other dagger back, and we're just gonna pass back to them. Only having Spell Void 1 and no AB is gonna make this a little tough, but so we have to pitch Burning Blade Dance to Kunai, display loyalty, blood runs deep, gain a resource, crack the fealty, and Art of the Dragon Scale here. Okay. Yo, by 6 afraid of 7, because 7, 8, 9, I think, is like the joke. I mean, Art of the Dragon Scale, like being able to take off Stormstriders is actually insane, right? Yo, for Blazing, what's up, buddy? I'll randomly message my son throughout the day 6, 7, and I know he just loses it every time. Yazi gets it. Yazi gets it. It's a sad world. Actually, this is we're supposed to pitch this, right? Because we have Flick. So technically Burning Blade Dance is just 1 point better. An only child in my 30s, so I'm not connected with the youths. I mean, listen, Ludiful, that's okay. That's okay, dog. That is okay. The youths. You sound just like when you say the youths, you sound like what's the guy from New Girl? I can't remember his name. He's my favorite character from New Girl too. He's so funny. God, please block with a card here. No? All right. I guess we can't have our cake and eat it too. No Mopal here is fine. This is another matchup that I really like Mopal against because I think we just need to be able to tutor up stuff. Coming in with Art of the Dragon Scale is pretty powerful. We're gonna get 2 cards here. So if you had Masculine Momentum there, you would have drawn, or they couldn't send the Spindle. So currently 4 value lost. I mean, I don't. I don't think that we can value every card as 4, right? Like I am I know that I sound like an old man when I say stuff like this, but like coming from like the OG way of thinking of Flesh and Blood, I definitely think of every card as 3, not 4, right? Schmidt, yes, that's their name. Thank you, Slip. Yes, I love Schmidt. I'm not exaggerating when I say I'd rather sit naked on a hot grill. I mean, if this hits, we're gonna destroy Stormstriders. Oh no, you're just gonna kill me in response? I'm in danger. Oh, hang on, hang on, hang on.
I'm in danger.
Perfect time. Perfect time for the soundboard. Yo, what's up, Better Plays? What do you mean you're trying to be like me? What do you mean, dude? Why does your lighting look so good? I don't know, Carly. I don't know anything about it. All right, guys. So I'm just going to tell you all the story so that you all understand. And let's just go ahead and activate Cindra now, right? Like they can't kill us with Storm Striders on the stack, so we're just going to go ahead and do this. I don't think there's anything they can do about it. Carly told me that if I had like a light in front of me, because I bought like a pretty expensive light to have in front of me, and if I had that and I had some like like warm lamps around the room, that the lighting would be better. And I've always just had the big light on instead because I'm a boob and I have to learn things the hard way. And so then we're not going to give up the claw here, right? Like we're just going to take 5 and go to 31. I think this is fine. Um and so now I have 3 warm lamps in the room and I have this very fancy light in front of me. And so now, you know, another Kindle. And so now the lighting looks a lot better. And so Carly was giving me a lot of shit about it because yeah, I've basically just had like an overhead light going in my room this whole time. Another lessons in lava, huh? Are we supposed to save this? Like, are we supposed to save this for the? Like, I don't think there's anything else to really worry about saving it for this turn, right? Look at this silly Kano still trying to win. I mean, it's looking pretty good for them to win, right? Do we want, if we don't die here, do we want to give this go again and use Mopal to go get a 0 for 5? We've taken 16 this turn. We're down to 12. Have they taken 5 damage already? They have. We're going to destroy the Metacarpus nodes. We could give this go again and go get a Lava Burst here. I don't know. All right, Dave, that's crazy, dog. And it seems like this would be a good time to just go ahead and get 5 value out of this and put them to 7. So now they have to find 12 arcane damage off the top of their deck. So hmm. Was definitely supposed to start with the dagger. I did not think about that. Did not think about this. We were supposed to start with the dagger. This was just incorrect. I'm not going to crack the fealty here. We're going to flick the dagger, putting our opponent to 5. We're going to get both of these back. And now we have Spell Void 1 and Arcane Compliance in our arsenal. I mean, this feels pretty good, right? So we let them only opt 3 as opposed to 4 if we do this. So we Arcane Compliance. We take 3, go to 9. You've done much live testing. The man made Arcanite Skullcap good again. I mean, I think Arcanite Skullcap is very good in. I think Arcanite Skullcap's very good in Lyeth. I mean, that's fine. They're gonna try and go off in response to open the floodgates. Well, that's not gonna make it very hard to kill us. Because we're gonna take 2, go to 7. We're gonna take 1, go to 3, and then Blazing Ether is gonna put us to exactly. Wow, that was crazy. Probably should have made the Rabble Draconic there just in case. Probably. Can't believe we won that game. Did not think we were going to. So we go to 7, we go to 6, and then they deal us 3 and put us to 3. But they had nothing to block with at that point. All right. Drawing into those couple of extra blues there lined up pretty well. I mean, we're only on 6 blues, so pretty unfortunate draws for our opponent. Good draws for us. Played Kano, we went second. We did get the win. Able to use SV1 dagger to slow down arcane damage throughout the game. Op went off without wildfire and put me to 12. Arcane compliance in Arsenal was very powerful. So Arcane compliance definitely just earned its sideboard slot for me. Like definitely just earned its sideboard slot for me. I was not prepared to like truly keep that card in for ProQuest season, but it really came together right there. I would have saved compliance to get him on your turn. I mean, Ludeful, I think that playing the compliance there to stop them from opting one. Like, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I just think that stopping them, like opting, like every card they get to see is just more value for Kano. So I think it was better to play it on their turn. Be honest, that wasn't even the best case use. No, it was not the best case use by any means, but it did feel really good right there. Cap was never bad. I also agree with that, Sharp. I just think that like Crown of Providence and Balance of Justice have just been very, very powerful. This has to be Taylor, right? Has to be Taylor, right? Especially as fast as they join the game. This has to be Taylor. We are going second. I have a sideboard plan for this matchup, but I haven't got to test it yet, so we're gonna see how it feels. This is a Mask of Momentum matchup. In the sideboard plan, I'm bringing in, I think it's Warmonger's Diplomacy. Yeah, we're bringing in Warmongers and cutting an Overcrowded. And then it says to just run the main 60. Breaking Point feels like it could be better than Art of the Dragonfire here. Maybe we cut an Art of the Dragonfire and like an Oath of Loyalty and try it that way. Or maybe like an Ancestral Empowerment. We have a few options of things that we could try. I set it up to try it like this without the shelters. Let's see how it feels without the shelters the first game and then kind of go from there. Because this is one of those matchups where like if we just start getting juiced, we may get juiced the entire game. God, I thought I just hit spacebar in OBS and turned off the dang stream. With Lyeth, if you're playing Cindra now, if I'm being honest, Jack, the deck just didn't feel good enough. The deck just kind of felt like it feels a little lackluster. I'm not done playing the deck. I'm still playing the deck and testing the deck for ProQuest and for Worlds, Jack. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it has the consistency that we need it to have, to be honest. So this is coming in for 10. And they're gonna hook. I mean, they made gold, so it's free. We're just gonna block 5 and force them to leave us with a 0 for 4. That's fine. Think you'll play her at Worlds? I mean, Waves, I don't know. If I'm being honest, there's so much time between now and Worlds that like the meta could shift so many times, and like my opinion of Cinder could shift so many times that it's so hard to like say what we will or won't do. If that makes any sense. It's just kind of how I feel about the deck, though, to be honest. This hand feels pretty impactful here. You get to throw dagger the other one because they're gonna block with hook here. Ooh, no, they're not. They're not gonna block with hook. Interesting. The patience. Patience. Tip my hat to the patience here. The juicing begins. If Florian LLs, the meta could change so much. I completely agree, Dave. It's crazy that it only takes one hero to LL during ProQuest season, and we're talking about an entirely different meta. We do not need a counter on the blood splattered vest. We're gonna go. Wait, whoa! What the hell? How did it, dude? It's killing me. I don't know what is going on with my mouse. I'm gonna have to like order a new mouse so that like it's here for next week when we stream. For anybody who does not know, there's a video coming out tomorrow. We got some LL gameplay for you guys, and then I'm not playing. I'm not streaming at all this weekend. I'm going to be out of town at the Fall Festival at Canada's Collectible Games in Jackson, Tennessee. Make sure you come say hi. And then we'll be back streaming on Monday. So weird. All right, so now we're gonna go Ignite. This is still on hit mask, and we have Flick available. If they're willing to give us Sea Lace Sarong here, that feels pretty good to me. We are just gonna go ahead and flick the dagger. No, we do not need the resource. This is gonna be 5 on hit mask. If they would like to give up 2 cards, I'm okay with that. I actually don't mind drawing into a throw dagger. We're going to get our daggers facing inward because we like to run with our knives. Yo, let's go. Mr. Chips with our 16 months. Mr. Chips, thank you so much for the 16 months of Prime support over on Twitch. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. We repaired our Prime sub. Watching on YouTube is still better. Well, I appreciate the Prime sub. I appreciate it very much, no matter what. I know a lot of people prefer the YouTube viewing experience, so I get what you're saying. Real talk, bro. How was that Waffle House? Yo, Waves. I like, dog. That Waffle House was fucking therapeutic after the stream. I mean, therapeutic. It was very much so. Oh, dude, love to see it.
Prank him, John.
Yes, soundboard W. Soundboard W. God, I love that they keep pitching cards.
Show me what you got.
I'm going to abuse the soundboard. I hope you guys know that. I'm probably going to become the most annoying streamer in the world just because of the soundboard. Yo, that is an uncanny amount of reds. Eee. That's great. Right. That's right. Jay, what's going on? How are you? Soundboard W, Baltimore. What's going on, buddy? Doing pretty good? Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. No. It's so funny because I never really use like the space bar on my keyboard when it comes to like playing on Talishar and stuff. I never really like, I don't know, see like the value in it. It doesn't really saves that much time. But I gotta admit, it's been pretty great. And you just have to decide if you're gonna give me mask now or not. Looks like they're just gonna give it to me now. Oh. Um I mean that kind of sucks. Yeah, it kind of feels bad. So I think we're gonna arsenal the Rising Resentment here. Like we're gonna make the fealty token. We're gonna play Throw Dagger and Flick and get both of our daggers back in Arsenal Rising Resentment. Carpet Trap putting in work. I value spending time with my girlfriend more than going to the ProQuest on Saturday. Jay, I don't think you'll regret that decision ever, dog. I don't think you'll ever regret that decision. I can tell you from a lot of personal experience that I love spending time with Carly. I love spending time with my wife. I would say it's arguably my favorite thing to do, but it's not arguably my favorite thing to do. It's just my favorite thing to do. Hey, don't get me wrong, I love playing cards, but like there is nothing that beats spending time with Carly. All right, we're gonna take 2 and fall down to 28. We're gonna set up our arsenal here. Um, yeah, I mean this hand's pretty solid. I think I can pull it off, but I don't think I want to be not spending time with her when she's been sick, dude. 100%. Hanging with your wife is pretty sick. I second that. I love that, dude. Waffle House is where the true heroes go after they LL. You know what? Scrambles. I appreciate that. I would like to imagine that after 24 hours of straight streaming, I have earned the right to peacefully LL at Waffle House. Oh. I mean, we could cover this up, but like they didn't activate the cannon. So like this is just 8. Again, I've got to stop clicking pass in case I wanted to block here. We're just gonna show them the overcrowded. Like this is crazy. You want a new mic? You sound crisper. Okay, so I wasn't going to say anything because I wanted to see if it actually like sounded better. But yes, I am on a I bought an XLR mic, and like some new lights and stuff like that for the stream. So yes, I am on a new mic. I am very glad to hear that you all noticed though, because I was worried that nobody would. It was like a fear that nobody was gonna know. I can tell you have new stuff. I LL'd and I can't play CC anymore. Man, it's gonna make worlds really awkward. I wish I would have saved my money on that PTI. Oh. You need to add the sound of the pufferfish moaning while eating a carrot. Yo, are you talking about the thing that like I can't remember his name, Hydracam or whatever does when he does like the Call of Duty skits and stuff? Your camera looking extra HD as well. Thank you, Rambles. I actually didn't get a new camera. I bought a pretty expensive webcam like sometime like 6 months ago, a year ago. It's probably 6 months ago, and like I think just having like the good lighting on it is making it look better. If I'm being honest, it's kind of like what I think is happening is that I have like actual like decent lights on it, and so like or I've let me rephrase. I've fixed the lighting in my room. I'm no longer just using the overhead light when I stream, and so it looks better. This is mask. If it makes you feel any better, I'm also switching to Cindra from Pleiades for my Kiku this weekend. I think that's a good pick. Like, I'm gonna level with you. This is the spot where Snatch is the best. They've blocked on multiple chain links already, and like this is just on hit, we get an arsenal anyway. We're gonna go ahead and buy our dagger back. Because even if like we draw an overcrowded, we'll arsenal, it's fine. We knew there's a hot on their heels on top of the deck anyway. Hmm. So what if we just arsenal the Oath of Loyalty? Like, I think we're gonna crack the fealty and we're gonna start here, and then we're gonna go hot on their heels into cut through into Art of the Dragon Blood. I think is gonna be the plan. We have 2 Draconic Chain Links, so we are gonna gain a resource. This is also forego again on hit mask, which is insane. Or they're dead. Overhead Light Supremacy. Yo, Felix, you're starting to sound like Dave now. You're starting to sound like Dave. I mean, this is fine. It's not great, but it's fine. Just going 3 into 4 is going to get all the cards out of our opponent's hand, and then we're going to activate Cindra, get both of our daggers back, and then, yeah, they had a 3 of a kind, so they're just going to let it go. I mean, yeah, sure, I'm down to rematch them. GG. Need to take notes. 1 second. Telling my opponent that we're going to take some notes on the game here really quick. We did get the win. Opponent was never able to hit me with a punishing discard effect. King Shark got value on turn 0. No cannon activation on red harpoon showed the blue for max value. And after that, we pretty much just ran away with the game. So let's see. Playing against Marlin, and we're going second. Trying to keep up, trying to track all of my games very, very specifically to make sure. All right. Trying to make sure that we're tracking all of the games just to make sure that, you know, like you guys are getting all the notes. So even if it's like outside of testing, if it's off Talishar, like want to make sure you guys are, you know, getting to see all of the notes that I'm taking. Oh, they must have something they want to load up. I mean, this is pretty solid, right? This is what, a ton? Yeah, this is crazy. And that's all we can block with, so we're forced to just take a bunch of damage. I think we're actually going to pitch the other overcrowded to the Cindra, right? Like, I'm okay with this. I like my hand quite a bit. They're going to make a couple of golds, and they push 11 points of damage on turn 0. That's pretty good for them. Feels pretty good. Do I want to give up damage? Hang on. Let's think about this. Brick. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it, Brick. Appreciate it a whole bunch. Give Taylor the 2-0. I wish. If I can find a way to get you a bucket hat with the channel logo, would you ever wear it with shades during a stream? Yeah, dude. Waves, I'm in. You make it happen, dog, and I'm in. I'll wear it during a stream. Like headband underneath, but like I got you. I'll wear it for sure. All right. So this is 3, 5, flick to gain a resource, 6 total, 7, 8, 9, 2 physical, 1 flick, into 5 is 14. Get back our daggers. Pitch this to dagger is 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13. Or it's 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17. So it's not even remotely close. We are literally gaining 4 points by playing this out and using our chess piece to be able to gain a resource. So this works out a lot better for us as opposed to just going the way. Actually, we had that for this to have go again. We had We actually had to. Wow, for that to have go again, we had to play the Fire Tenant Strike first, so it's better that it works out for us this way. Wait, whoa, what the hell? No, I did not want to gain a resource off that. Did not want to gain a resource off that. Got my benefits paperwork for my new job, and I don't see any discount on fab packs in here. Surely that's covered under the prescription plan. I mean, I would assume it's covered under something. I mean, if not, what are they doing? Like, are they even a company? Like, is it even a real job? I mean, I just have my company take it out of my my insurance plan. I was like, listen, I need a box. I need a box every set. Like, I need a case every set. So I'm like, you take it out. You take it out of the insurance plan, and I'm good. Carly wasn't very on board with it at first, but why did they cover 5 here? I feel like blocking with Tunic was very aggressive, and I don't really understand it. Itch cut through to dagger. It hits cut through, demonstrate devotion. We're gonna have to reevaluate after this. So we need to block with something, right? I think we'll just go ahead and block with this in case the situation arises. We'll just go ahead and let this happen. Block mask? I don't know about that. Are you going to Battle Hardened Sonoma? I will not be at Battle Hardened Sonoma. As much as I would like to, I will not be there. Much as I would like to, I will not be there. Only include therapy and not packs to make me feel good. Shaking my head. I mean, dog, that's so real though. That's so real though. What did they take? The cut through? Yeah, we're just gonna throw 4. We're gonna arsenal to demonstrate devotion. This is fine. We have done a good job of tearing through our opponent's equipment. We need them to have a turn where they're not hitting us with a major disruption piece, but they are playing Marlin, so it's almost like written into like their deck and what it does. So it's not guaranteed. Loan Shark. Generating more gold to keep it rolling, I guess. This person is making very, very quick and methodical game actions. I definitely get the sense that this is Taylor. Discard the whatever, the token that they create. They could have had 5 intellect this turn. That's true. It is Taylor. Who cracks this much gold is so real. Ooh, they kept the token. They discarded a tar pit trap. I mean, this puts us to 8, but we have a pretty good chance of trying to push mask here, right? Our turn is 3, 6, 9, 13, 17, plus a flick somewhere along the way. I love that they're blocking to start the turn. We'll wait. Hopefully there's not another tar pit trap. The fact that they discarded one means that they needed it to work, or they have another tar pit trap. I really hope it's not a tar pit trap, but who else would name themselves #1 Marlin? I mean, listen, this has Taylor written all over it. I'm not disagreeing with you guys. So it's hot on their heels for 3. We're gonna play Throw Dagger. We're gonna play this. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this. This seems fine. And I guess we could have played the throw dagger here, but there's no reason not to play it afterwards, right? Like, it's fine to let it wait. Plus, we get a fealty token out of it. Why does... God, I hate that it keeps doing this. I've got to get a new mouse after this. Carly, if you're listening, please remind me to get a mouse after this. So the last counter here... Hang on, let's think about this for a second. We can get a dagger back, use the resource. We can attack for 1 and then throw snatch. I mean, it's one more point in a game where like it really looks like this is going to matter. Where it really feels like every single point's going to matter. And we need to get value out of... We need to get every point we can. And plus, we haven't gotten Flick Knives value this turn. Oh, we're definitely going to make Snatch Draconic. 110%. That's not what I wanted to do. Taylor's like having a stroke watching me play this right now. I mean, like, how far are you willing to go? Like, giving me Mask and like the 2 throw daggers and the empowerment have just added so much to this turn. So it's like, this is a tough decision. This is not easy because of the extra fealty token. This is like, you go to 6, draw off snatch, give this go again in the damage step, and then you have to block now. I mean, there was a chance we drew into like a 1 for 5 or something, but like getting 2 cards out of hand is just insane. So now the turns have tabled. Our opponent's at 2. And we have 4 cards in hand. I mean, there's a chance they could make some nonsense happen here, but like those draws were crazy. So this is what, 8? If we cover this up, is it just game? Like if we block like this, is it just game? Has there been a gold made this turn? I think the loan shark just kills them here, right? Our opponent just said GG in the chat. I think loan shark is just lethal. Yeah. Loan shark just kills them. Okay. So they had to try and keep their hand there, it looked like. I mean, that was a game that I feel like we probably were not supposed to win. Is there an argument for our opponent to block there? I'm going to have to ask Taylor if that was them. And if not, if that was him, and if not, I'm going to have to ask Taylor to go back and watch that game. So we got a win. Was down, what was that, like 27 to 8? 27 to 8. But Op decided to no block. We drew 2 throw daggers, and ancestral empowerment, and a snatch and mask of momentum. So 2, 3, 4, 2 throw daggers, and ancestral empowerment, a snatch, and mask of momentum. We drew 5 cards to put Op down to 2 and force them to block with the cards on the turn cycle. Them giving us was probably inevitable. That was kind of crazy. I don't know. I'm gonna ask Taylor if that wasn't him. We're gonna ask him later to like review that game. That game just kind of felt like one-sided. Tasty paint water. Nope, because they made a gold. I mean, they didn't make a gold though, right? Marlin had 5 non-attack actions that all block 2. Rip. So they had no like they had no option, right? They just kind of had to take it. Really snatched that victory. Donald, tell me about it, right? Yeah, Loan Shark came into play the turn before, right? So like they hadn't made one that turn. And with the way they played it out, all we had to do was block to win. Pockets, how was your haircut? Are you looking dapper, my friend? Guys, by the way, I talked about this earlier, but we'll take a short break. We played 4 games in an hour and 25 minutes, which is awesome. But if you have not heard me talk about it yet, let's go ahead and talk about it for just a second, and then we'll play another one here. Zoom it. See where my mouse is so you guys can see. Down here in the very bottom right hand corner, you guys see this little info down here. Coming up on November 1st and November 2nd, Green Tree Sports Cards in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I think the town's called Green Tree, but it's right outside of Pittsburgh. They are having a 10K for Classic Constructed on Saturday, and they're having a 2.5K for Living Legend on Sunday. So that's in the Pittsburgh area. It's going to be great practice for Worlds. If you've already won a ProQuest, you might as well go and hang out and enjoy some of the fun. It's going to be a pretty big event. I'm very excited. I'm probably going. I haven't 100% decided yet, but I wanted you guys to know about it and talk about that it exists. So if you guys have not seen that or you want more of info about it, make sure you hit !GSC10k in the chat. It'll give you some more info about it. So that's coming up here in just a few weeks. It's also a couple of weeks before World, so it's going to be really, really good testing for you guys. Remember, even if you're playing in the calling and you're playing like, LL, they got an LL event on Sunday, so make sure you go check it out. I think I have a matchup guide for this one. I'm pretty sure I do. Corinthia, we want to go second, which we are, which is nice. It says we're not bringing in any of the blues. I mean, we could probably bring in Authority of Italia. Probably better than Overcrowded, right? Are we just always supposed to be on Authority of Italia? Probably not always, right? Probably not always. And it says we're just running it the way that we have it set up. We're just playing the main 60, going second in racing. If we wanted to, we could probably cut 1 Oath of Loyalty, 1 Empowerment, and 1 Art of the Dragon Blood to play Shelters instead. Let's try it like this and see how it feels. I'm curious to know like how this game feels without us sideboarding into protection cards and Shelter from the Storm to be able to like protect us a little bit from other things. Coming to Baltimore, I will not be in Baltimore, Nate. I've hit a lot of big events already this year. So right now I am in a spot where I am trying. I want to keep the snatch, probably, right? Like we're probably just sandbagging the snatch. I've hit a lot of big events this year. Between like Pro Tour London, Pro Tour Singapore, Nationals. I've hit like 3 callings in the US this year. So I've hit a lot of events. So I'm hitting Worlds, and that's probably going to be the last big event that I play in this year. And then we'll look to do some other fun stuff. Hey. We'll look to do some other fun stuff next year as we start looking at the schedule. Looking good today? Yo, Salsa Prime. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm not sure what I'm on for Worlds, to be honest, Salsa. We're still trying to figure that out. I'm still working on figuring that out, if I'm being entirely honest. Still working on figuring that out. Drawing into another Oath of Loyalty was like kind of clunky. Well, let me rephrase that. Drawing into an Oath of Loyalty and then drawing into another Snatch was kind of awkward. I debated blocking with the Snatch and keeping the Ignite. The Ignite would have been pretty solid here. We're going to go ahead and flick this. We do mark them. We'll go ahead and get our other dagger back. We might as well, right? And then we're just going to Arsenal the Snatch here. And just set up for this turn. This turn looks to be pretty good. Foils of War is pretty solid, though. Unfortunately, no Fealty to make this block extra. 8 go again. I'm pretty willing to just take this here, not block. I know there's a local pretty decent tourney set up in December. Yeah, there's a tournament going on at what is called Old Black Mountain. They haven't finished out the pricing yet. Whenever they work out what exactly it's going to be, I will 110% be getting like a command set up for that, because I really want to be able to support Alan and them, with their event that they're running and stuff. So I don't have all the details yet. They have a gym link to be able to sign up with it yet, but that's about as far as they've gotten. So I'm still kind of like waiting to see like what they get together. Yeah, Old Black Mountain's putting something together. I'm very excited about that. Hmm, interesting. I think I'm pretty content with that, to be honest. We make a second fealty. This is going to generate a third fealty. I think we're going to crack a fealty to make sure that this is draconic. I'm gonna invite them to chat. All right. Well, if you've declined the chat, then I can't communicate with you about what's happening. So we can't back up further than this. Oh, they just said no problem. Okay. So like they're not being rude. They just no, I'm good without the resource here. I think that's fine. But we do want to keep this alive. We are going to crack the fealty token because this is going to be snatch on hit draw 2 cards, which I think is worth giving us the ability to be able to throw this. If they give us grains and verses here, it sucks, but it's also a win for us. So we need to chew through their equipment as quickly as possible in this matchup. So guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chilling tonight. I appreciate y'all hanging out while we are testing Cindra in the current meta to see how it feels. Because pro quests are coming up this weekend, and honestly, if I was going to a pro quest, I'd probably be playing this exact 80. I would probably be on this exact 80 if I was going to a pro quest this weekend. So this is 6 go again. Hmm. I mean, yeah, this doesn't have go again because it's got to be greater than double its base. I feel like I was getting baited into like an Iron Song response there or something. What would you swap in it in this 80 for Cindra? Oh, I would just play Imperial Seal of Command. It's like a perfectly fine budget replacement for the deck. Like, yeah. Like Imperial Seal of Command is like a perfectly fine budget replacement for that. So, how do you guys feel about going kunai pitching a red and then trying to make Wrath work this turn? Like we have to like leave off the value of the daggers up front, right? So, let's tell them that we're thinking here. Just so if I pitch empowerment to kunai of retribution and it hits, I can throw the other kunai, then throw Blood Runs Deep, then throw Wrath of Retribution, and then I can gain a resource off the chest another time, and then use a fealty token. So that is one. But if they block that, our play is kind of like halted in the dirt a little bit here. We also have the option of pitching. I don't know. That line seems pretty good, right? It's weird, but I think it's pretty good. We are going to gain a resource off of this. We're just going to get as much value as we can right here. I don't know. This is such a weird turn cycle. Just going to skip over both of these. I think we pitch Art of the Dragonfire. I mean, ending on Art of the Dragonfire is really good, right? I guess technically we could come over the top here for one if we made this play, which would be pretty solid. This is still Mask, is what I like about this line. Now, we could have hit Mask last turn just by coming over the top when they block with equipment, but I actually like this line quite a bit because now we have the ability to go dagger, dagger. We can even throw a third dagger if we want to. We're not going to have any for next turn, which is a little scary. I can't decide if we're better off to get 2 points out of this or save this for like an extra like go again. We're probably supposed to save this for go again, right? We're going to gain this. Do you think Tunic is cheaper than Blood Stained Vest? Wait, do you mean like actual cost of the card? Is that what you're asking me? Like, is one cheaper than the other? Because I definitely think that Blood Splattered Vest is cheaper than Tunic, but I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'd have to look off the top of my head. Yeah, considering we still have an extra fealty, I'm pretty content with just leaving this alone. We have 0 daggers in play now, but should be okay. Hmm. Fire Tenant Strike first. Blaze Headlong. Yeah, this hand's kind of clunky. Hand's kind of clunky. I think Tunic's more than 110, right? Like last time I looked, the cheapest Tunic I could find was like 130. So like Blood Splattered Vest is probably like what, 70 bucks? I'm guessing a little bit, but I think it's like 70 bucks ish. Well, I hate to give up a counter because our return's going to be not that impressive. We're just going to throw 4 in Arsenal. Yeah, Tunic's not going to drop anytime soon. Like, Tunic's expensive. It always will be, more than likely. I mean, unless they start printing, like, like, class-specific chest pieces that are relevant, like, I don't think it's really going to be super up for discussion about how good it is. This hand's pretty solid. I like giving us the ability to just push damage. Hate taking 4 here, but I think we're going to. Yeah, like they need class specific things that are better than Tunic for Tunic to drop is the issue. That is 110% the issue with Tunic. You're also seeing why we need shelters in this matchup. Now comes in for 5, which is awesome. We're probably supposed to lead on this and then throw Hot on their heels for 4, but they have equipment to cover it up, so it doesn't really matter, right? I'm kind of hoping they cover this up with like 2 cards or something, because if they do, we're just going to let it happen. Honestly, if they cover up the next chain link, we're just going to let that happen too. Wasn't your turn 3-5-2-5 and either what was the turn? What was the 3-5-2-5? Dave, I'm not sure that I know. I don't remember the exact composition of that hand. I don't think we had. I don't think it really does anything, right? Like, I don't think that last hand was really functional. curious to see how they play this. They give a card. We're gonna get both of our daggers back. My God. We are not gonna gain a counter. Then we're gonna attack for a breakpoint. Try to force the issue. We could have went for don't flick and go dagger dagger 4 here, but the problem is with that is that if they give us either one of their equipment pieces on the first dagger, we're in a bad spot. I think 444 is technically better because it makes it harder to block. Are you talking about on this turn, Jay? Because if you are, I agree. They're currently a meta deck that plays Tunic. It seems that almost all of them already play Class Chest. Um, Trying to think of like what plays Tunic. I don't know. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. So maybe not. We just have to hope they don't have it, right? Like I think that's really our only option. Dog. Literally clicking at one time. This is nuts tonight. I'm gonna like buy a new mouse when the stream's over so that I can have one when it gets back. Well, that sucks. It's so funny. We're like, because like now you get 3 modes out of this. God, this card's insane. Tough Nut is on Tunic. Yes, that's very true. I think we're just forced into blocking until we reset this, right? Like, I think it sucks, but that's just where we're at right now. Not having the shelters really hurts us here. Every Guardian does, but I think the question was, I think the question was like, like what meta decks are playing Tunic, and there's just not a lot of Guardian in the meta right now. Oh, we're cooked. We're cooked. Roll us over. We're done on this side. Thank you. Fealty, start with strike first. 3. Hedgehog for 5. Blood runs deep. Daggers back or keep them for next turn. Then burst for 5. 5 less health. Oh, so I was required to not block. You mean, Dave? I got you. I got you. Balda does and does not play Tunic sometimes. What do you think about to play Parched Terrain against Verdance? Louis, what is Parched Terrain? I'm not sure what that is. I'm not even going to block with the chess piece and stuff. We're just going to die to whatever they do. Cool, 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 cool. All right. Well, Dory still punishes aggro decks. I'm glad to see that nothing has really changed there. Our opponent played that game very, very well. We do have a Halloween stream planned. I haven't really had a chance to talk about it yet, but there is a Halloween stream planned. I'm not going to tell you guys what we're doing, but there is a Halloween stream. You're going to want to come by and hang out. It's going to be quite a bit of fun. It's not quite as crazy as the Pleiades stream, but it's pretty fun. Let's see. New Dory card. Ultimate punished me for not blocking and giving up 2 counters. Had a hand that had a better line, but I didn't see it. Playing the hand correctly might keep me in the game. I think that's a very good game to like go back and review, if I'm being honest, because I just think that's one of those games where it's like, I need to see all of the angles and like all of the different potential lines that we had and how I could have played that one better. So you keep it around by banishing reds from yard. Wait, what? Parched Terrain is the Draconic M that stops life gain. Oh, we're talking about the new card? I mean, we could play the new card. Like, I don't know. I have hang on. I mean, let's just pull it up and look at it while we're just sitting here. Called Parched. Parched Terrain is a 1-cost draconic instant aura. Heroes can't gain life. At the beginning of your end phase, put a sand counter on this, then destroy it unless you banish a red card from your graveyard for each sand counter on it. This could actually be like a pretty sweet sideboard tech, right? You could dress up as Pleiades again for Halloween, and I'd be happy. I mean, it's not quite that. I guess polarizing is the word I would use. Don't get me wrong. I got a lot of love for the Pleiades cosplay, and I really enjoyed it. But there was a lot of people who were like very off put. I could tell. I mean, this card seems okay. Like, I guess, like Parched Terrain could have some value. And like against Verdance, I could see it, but most of the time they're just blocking, right? They're not really gaining life. They're not like, I don't know, they're just more like trying to stay alive, I feel like. This card like seems like a little bit of a trap. Although there are probably games where it could be absolutely insane. Like you would have to feel less bad about giving up like a tempo hand, I think, because their tempo hand does less. Now, I don't know. Louis, you could be onto some tech. I'm not sure. I'm probably not going to try it right now, but I don't hate the idea. I don't hate the idea. Could be good against Fiddler's decks, that's for sure. We want to go second in this matchup, I think. Not really played this matchup yet. I don't know what our sideboard is. Parched has good tech for later. It stays around for multiple turns, depending if you're mid-late game. Yeah, so like it's probably solid in Dromai, right? Wyeth cosplay confirmed. I'm not telling y'all what we're doing on Halloween, but it is going to be cool. I'm pretty excited for it. It's more goofy than anything. Sadly, 1 cost makes it too minimal game for potential, but I think it's an LL card for CYB. An LL card for CYB makes a lot of sense. That actually makes a lot of sense. Let's look and see how we sideboard. If we lose this matchup, we're going to confirm that, we needed to have the Amulet of Echoes in our deck. So this is we're not bringing in any of the blues. We are bringing in 2 of the Art of the Dragon Scales. I think they're very, very impactful here. And we're going to cut 1 Oath of Loyalty. And we could cut Art of the Dragon Blood or Ancestral Empowerment. I think we're going to cut Art of the Dragon Blood and see how it feels. Also, actually, we're supposed to cut an Oath of Loyalty and a Wrath of Retribution because we're bringing in... I've got to go back and fix some of these matchups. I mean, that's the good thing about us playing them and like talking about them is that we have the chance to get to fix them as I'm chatting with you about them. You're getting to hear my live thoughts about how we should be sideboarding. So that's cool. I mean, it's cool for you guys if you guys care about how I sideboard in matchups. If you don't, then it doesn't matter. Breaking Point could be good. I think Arcane Compliance is situationally good, right? But that's about it. We're going to go to 39. They're going to pitch to Evilzar. And I mean, we have a perfectly fine hand. We're just going to Arsenal the Art of the Dragonfire and try to push Mask here. Acilio doesn't get too many great blockings, so... Compliance is bad in Acilio. So I don't know that I would say it's bad in Acilio. I think that might be a little aggressive, Dave. But I think that saying that Arcane Compliance is extremely situational in a deck like against Acilio is very, very accurate. This is a very, very situational card. Arcane Compliance could stuff something and be insane. Or it could be super mediocre. I mean, we're going to flick the dagger regardless. We have to decide if we want to use the vest now or not at all. So if they cover this up, we're just going to do it. This is a race, right? This is just a race to 0. This is fine. We're going to throw 5. We're going to get Kunai back, and then we're going to Arsenal the Blood Runs Deep. Just bullying the robot. They can play around it, but versus a mind warp, you'd rather see nothing else. I mean, yeah. So like, definitely for sure. I think that I think that sideboarding it in is incorrect, but I think it's a trap more than it is anything in this matchup. I think that you'll see a lot of people who maybe haven't played a ton of Basilio. You'll see them like sideboard it in. Do I want to block this? Well, I clicked pass too many times, so it doesn't matter if I wanted to block it. Okay. I mean, we'll let the dagger go and just end up with 3 cards. We ended up with an overcrowded anyway. Not very cash money. Not very cash money of you, deck. Cilio has a shock that can dodge the arcane compliance? Yeah, for sure. For sure. I will say I played a game against Akano earlier. And the arcane compliance. Not wait, was that the game? Yeah, no, that was live. I'm sorry. That was live. I'm like having a stroke trying to like tell you all that I played this game earlier off stream that like was not off stream. That was on camera. Y'all were here for that. So yeah, the arcane compliance was like not that great in that matchup, but I mean like I still think it looked pretty good, right? This is not on hit mask, but you cannot stop this and stop mask either. This is 4. Ancestral Empowerment on top would be a phenomenal arsenal. Think our opponent making this play makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. We could attack with this an extra time, but I don't think it's worth. Man. The Ancestral Empowerment's just not doing enough here. Makes me pretty sad. I'm worried that this is like their hand as well. Oath, Ronin, Flick, gain a resource out of the Dragon Scale. If this is not their turn, and we're able to get Lightning Greaves with this Art of the Dragon Scale, we're going to look like we're living in 2050. There's 6 spells, compliance hits in Acilio. It's 8 versus 8 or 9. It's Mind Warp, Arcane Compliance. I guess they can pick with Comet Storm and Shock, so yeah. That makes sense, Dave. Like again, I don't think it's correct to sideboard it in. I don't. There could be times when having the arcane compliance in this matchup could be insane. So I don't know that calling it terrible seems like calling it terrible in this matchup feels a little dramatic. But I definitely think that it is an educated guess. Now, this requires you to block. They already activated Acilio. If they have to have a D-React, right? They have to have a D-React. Okay, I was like, yeah. I was like, there's no shot. I was like, there's no shot. Because if they didn't have it and we got Greaves, the game's over. You can hit Comet Storm reliably, I feel like, after they've declared cost on Comet Storm Shock. Yeah. So there's 9 that you can hit versus like the instance. Like there's worlds where you can like make it happen. What's Art of the Dragon Scales effect? Sure, absolutely. Art of the Dragon Scale says when this attacks, if it's Draconic, it gets when this hits a hero, put as -1 counter on an equipment they control. Then if it has 0 defense, destroy it. So we can actually blow up their Lightning Greaves and just like have a crazy turn where we get to like take their Lightning Greaves off the board and there's like nothing they can do about it. It's insane. Like if it hits, it's crazy good, Chewy. It's crazy good if it hits. Sorry, I don't know if my water's coming through extra loud because I'm like sitting right in front of my mic. If it is, I apologize. This is pretty good. They're gonna hit us for 5 here. So yeah, so we'll take 4. I mean, they have Gone in a Flash in play, which is pretty good. We're at 17, so there's no worry of us dying at instant speed here, but we're gonna try and end the game here. I mean, not like literally in the game, but we're gonna try and do everything we can to make it weird for them. Like, I really need them to not block this. Ooh, interesting. So what does this do? If you would be dealt damage, may discard an instant to prevent one of that effect. And they draw a card. I mean, we're gonna put to the test how many more instants they have. Okay. I mean, they keep having it. Why did they not take 3 there? They discarded Sigil of Brilliance? Oh my god. They're, like, going crazy. How many instants are they playing in their freaking deck? Alright, so they took the full 4 that time. I mean, we might just be dead. May not matter as quickly as they went for Gone in a Flash right here. We're gonna block with Mask. Hopefully their turn's not, like, super good. Sigil's pretty good. Tap of Quick Thinking is, like, really flexing this game. And we're just gonna block as much as we can, I think. I'm partially convinced they were just repetitively drawing instants, yeah. That's kinda how it seemed. So, Consigned to Cosmos, still 7, puts us well, we're gonna take 6. Guess we took 7, and then Gone in a Flash. And I guess we might as well just block with this, and we're gonna hope they don't draw an Arcane spell. Maybe we need an Amulet of Echoes. Tap of Quick Thinking was actually insane. What are your thoughts on Rowdy locals in Lyeth? I don't hate the idea of Rowdy locals in Lyeth Sullivan. Um, oh, sure, yeah. We're cooked. We're cooked. Roll us over. We're done on this side. I mean, we never really had a breakout turn, and they had like a couple of pretty good turns after they were able to set up. The Mind Warp, admittedly, gave it like we had like an okay hand to begin with, and then the Mind Warp gave us a worse hand. So I think Punch Above Your Weight is probably okay, but probably not that great. I mean, I don't. It depends on how you're playing the deck, right? So right now, the variation of the deck that I've been working on is this like Guardian, like block a little bit more, less aggro, like mid rangey style deck, and it's the version I've seen the most success with. Um, I don't know. I've not been. I I don't know. I don't think the like all in. I don't think the like all in like aggro plan is going to work that consistently has been my experience. I think cards like Punch Above Your Weight are a trap because we don't want to have to be if you are playing this like aggressive, zero cost attack version, you don't want to be keeping blues to pitch, right? And if you are, you probably want to be playing like Bask in Your Own Greatness over Punch Above Your Weight because you want to be able to set up those might tokens instead of like giving it +3 or +4 or whatever you're doing with it. So I think that there are probably better cards than Punch Above Your Weight, but I think that the best version of the deck that I've seen so far has been this like mid-rangey Guardian version where you're able to block a lot. Is it better to watch slash sub on YouTube or Twitch? Also, Prime, I'm not sure what you mean. If you mean like, is it better like the watching viewing experience is all about however you feel. Sometimes some people think Twitch is better, some people like YouTube better. But if if you mean like what's better for like, like becoming a member or like being a Twitch subscriber, like it's better for me if you become a member on YouTube. Like the share of the revenue is just better for me personally. But I mean, don't let that dictate what you do. Please do it wherever you feel comfortable or whatever you like, like that should not be the determining force of how you do things, in my opinion. I think you should do it based on however you want to do it. Your money that you're spending, if you are going to spend money. Like so. Let's see. We played Nacilio. We went second. We did lose. They had their combo hand on turn 6 and was able to bury us with no questions. Mind Warp took a card out of my hand early in the game. Didn't affect the value too much, but worth noting. I mean, I just kind of felt like we didn't really get a chance to do our thing. Like Acilio either does their thing or we do our thing in that matchup. I feel like is kind of just how it goes. I mean, I don't know. If you guys have different thoughts, like let me know. But like that's just kind of how it feels. Which had better benefits. So if you do it on YouTube, you get access to like my recorded videos earlier than everybody else does. So all of my videos come out at lunchtime Eastern time for me, on Fridays and Wednesdays. And we're gonna go second. Oh hey, I played this earlier. I think this is Michael, right? Michael, is this you? Um, but just saying. Yeah, so you get access to like YouTube videos earlier than everybody else. So like you get them about 5 to 6 hours earlier than everybody else does. I like to wake up and release them early before I leave to go to work. Um are we cutting? Why does this say we're on links in this matchup? I don't like this. I don't think that's correct. What did we cut? Oh, I see it now. I'm having a stroke. Ignore me. We do not want the extra blue, so we're gonna cut an overcrowded and we're gonna bring in an Art of the Dragon scale. Slippy guy. I feel like I'm struggling to remember who that is. Like this name stands out to me so much. I know this username. I know this username, and I just don't remember where. Basil bucks are inflated. Cash in the clock coins on YouTube. LOL pockets. That's so funny. And Salsa Prime, I appreciate it. I appreciate you wanting to support. It means a lot. I really appreciate that. Delio isn't too bad. He's just the most infuriating character that I've ever had the displeasure of fighting in a game I thought I enjoyed. So it's really weird. There are definitely heroes that frustrate me more. Um, there are definitely heroes that frustrate me more than playing against Acilio. Like I feel like Acilio has to like work for their nonsense combo, so I don't really feel as bad about it. Do we want to Arsenal the brand here or the blood runs deep? Or maybe nothing. I don't know. When we lost last game to the combo, I've got to get better at using the soundboard. Should have been like I definitely should have done that. I completely forgot. I've got to get into like the habit of having the stream deck beside me so that I can get used to using it. Acilio can draw Exodia, and that's not fair. Sure, but like they can also draw dog water. You know what I mean? Like can also draw really, really poorly. I think they have the ability to decompose here. Does not appear that they do yet. Frustrations in the game. Some people hate aggro, some people hate fatigue. Majority hated CYB. I mean, yeah, like we're all different people, right? Like we all hate different things in some capacity. It's always very intriguing to hear how people feel about this or how people feel about that because different things make people feel different ways for sure. All right, we're gonna get both of our daggers back. We're going to Arsenal the Blood Runs Deep and set up. Like, there's only they don't have an action, so they can't decompose here. Okay, I mean, sure. This is a pretty good plan here. Brute can also do some very dumb stuff. I agree, Jay. Hey, Bonds of Agony. I mean, Bonds of Agony was one that really pissed people off. I think there's a lot of people who agree with you on that one. Dave, I love Star Wars, dog. Why would I not like? You hate Star Wars? What does that even mean? I don't know that I've ever heard anybody say that they hate Star Wars. Like, I'm somebody who likes Star Wars and Star Trek, so I don't know. I got no hate for either one. Acilio is meant to be a combo deck. I mean, of course, he can draw Exodia. It's what combos do. I mean, yeah, like Acilio is like this like interactive combo deck. It's an inside joke with Drew. I guess you're not cool enough to get it. I mean, I guess not, bro. I guess not. Um, yeah, I guess. And then we'll throw the Blaze headlong. God, that scared the living shit out of me. Oh, Salsa Prime, thank you so much for the Prime sub over on Twitch. I appreciate that a whole bunch. Thank you so much for the support. It really means a lot. So Bonds of Ancestry, I actually agree with you, Valk. I think Bonds of Ancestry was fine. In Katsu, I think it was fine in Katsu. Like the Auto War Katsu Bonds deck was very, very powerful, but it wasn't absurd. And like the Bonds Zen deck was ridiculous. Interesting seeing you, Lupine, and other aggro players be so low on Cindra for good reason and be high on Aurora. And I was the complete opposite. Ooh, interesting, Trey. That's kind of cool. That's like a pretty cool like discussion point, I feel like, of kind of like talking about like how like, like our tendencies as players fit into things more. So that's kind of cool to think about. Are we supposed to just like probably not. We're just supposed to let this happen, I think. We're just gonna like hopefully it's not the I was gonna say hopefully it's not okay. Felling is fine because it's baby felling. Double blood runs deep is so weird. We're bottoming one, right? We're just bottoming a blood runs deep here. We're gonna block like this and take 3 and get aggressive. I'm always high on Cindra. That's also that's funny. I miss Art of War banishing Shadowpede. Now see that right there, like all you had to do was like tell me you're like like a person of culture. Art of War banishing Shadowpede was one of the coolest things they've ever made for the game, in my opinion. It was such a fun thing you could do. Even I enjoyed that, and I'm not even a brute player. I would love for you to give me a defense reaction right here. I hated Art of War 9 Bond Katsu. I think I think the deck didn't bother me. I need a refresh here. Okay. I honestly think that the 9 Art of War Bonds Katsu didn't bother me. Because I was playing Victor during that meta. So Katsu beat all the brutes, and I beat all the Katsus during that meta. So I was pretty content with like my spot in the meta and where I was at. Um so yeah, I definitely understand like your frustration or like like aversion to like that meta and like how you felt about that deck, but it didn't bother me for that reason specifically. All right, so we're gonna make another fealty token, which feels really, really good because we're getting ready to get rid of the only one that we had. We do not need the resource. No. Get past it. Make another fealty token. Coming in for 2. No on-hit effect, just coming in for 2, and then we're gonna send a breakpoint here.
Let's freaking go. You love
Yo,
to
let's go.
see it.
Salsa Prime, also with the follow over on Twitch. Salsa, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. As much, I appreciate it very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, I know that Salsa's been here for a while, but if you are new to the channel, or you are here for the first time, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're new. And those questions are, what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? I'm too busy talking about hot dog toppings. Almost think we should Arsenal this with the way that they blocked right there, because they're going to give us 1 card. I have noticed that this person, they said their name was Robert. I don't know. But like, they have such a natural intuition playing this deck. It's honestly like crazy impressive to me to watch. Really wanted to keep that whole hand. I know that's me being a greed monster, but I wanted to keep that whole hand. If you hit somebody with Dishonor, it was crazy. I think part of it is Mask Momentum being my favorite card and getting the kind of impressive with it feels nice. And Aurora just felt like, I mean, and honestly, it's because Aurora was just 0 for 4 good stuff. Like that's the truth, is that it was like Aurora was just 0 for 4 good cards and it worked. And that was what frustrated so many people about it. All right, well, discarding Shelter is pretty bad for us. I mean, yeah, I think we have to throw this. It feels so bad. I mean, maybe we just throw the Demonstrate Devotion. This will be the second time I've played against this Verdance player today. And like they're like, I don't know. I've just been very, very impressed with their ability to like read the situation and like always understand what's going on. Just been very impressive to me. On the hot dog, Costco chicken bake, open the side of it to put the hot dog in, and scrape the cheese off of a Costco pizza slice and throw it on top. I mean, you twisted my arm. I'm in. I would like to try some of the more like obscure. Some of the more like obscure things that people throw my direction to try. Like, and I think that fits into the list pretty well. Not in like a bad way. Like, I don't mean like obscure in like a hateful way. I just mean that like there's definitely some like off the wall things that people throw towards me to like try. I'm slowly starting to think this is an unfavored matchup. Like, am I being a little too like doom and gloom, or do we think that there's actually a real possibility where that's accurate? This is actively starting to feel like this is not a good matchup. I agree. Give that man 5 big booms. I still have no idea what that means, but I'm all about it. Um, Getting late in the game. I'm pretty content with him just taking 3 here. We can Arsenal the Empowerment if we need to. They've not seen Arsenal Disruption, so that does scare me, but if we're given the option between what we can get rid of, it'll probably just be the Storm Striders, I guess. Like, there's no world they're gonna let this hit, but if they did. Yeah, I'm starting to think this is an unfavored matchup. We're gonna go ahead and flick here. We're gonna see if they respond. We're not gonna do this. We're gonna play Empowerment to come over the top. I'm here, but I'm not in the funniest mood today. Listen, Drew, that's okay. We're happy you're here regardless. This is a really weird card to think about playing here. Carl, what's up, buddy? Because Mask of Momentum in this matchup is bad, Mask of the Pouncing Lynx is what I run for Earth Heroes. You're playing into their game plan. So it's so funny because a Verdance player was telling me earlier they want me to play Mopal into this matchup. I mean, maybe we try Mopal. Oh, this is so weird because if they have a defense reaction, it feels so bad to play this. We're just going to pass and see what happens. If there's no defense reaction, we're going to get the Storm Striders. Also, you guys never have to listen to me like shuffle my cards anymore, which is cool about the new mic. So Liam said, I think you Arsenal it, and Trent said you throw the second Ancestral. So this is why I didn't want to throw the second Ancestral, right? It's because now they're just covering this up. We're just going to activate, get both of our daggers back, and we're just going to pass and set up. I mean, if we had gotten them, it would have been insane, but I agree. It's a very good effect. I don't know. I just had a feeling. So they literally just had both. It didn't matter. They actually just had everything. So they had the defense reaction and the plow under, so there was literally not a correct choice. And if we drew, we draw into demonstrate devotion, which is like fine. Yeah, this kind of feels bad. We're just gonna go to 10. Damien, what's up, buddy? Verdance players protect their shoes with their life. Does that even mean they protect Storm Striders with their life? Oh, you're saying that. Oh, I got you. So you're saying that he intentionally kept the D-React to play around something like that, which I think makes sense. That also would have been a fantastic moment to play the soundboard. I've got to get better at soundboarding. I'm honestly surprised the calling lists weren't running them. Are you talking about Mopal, Trey? Like you're surprised they weren't on Mopal? Because I'm also surprised they weren't on Mopal. Press a random button on the soundboard. Deal.
Lizard. Lizard. Lizard.
Do we want to fealty this? We are going to fealty this because no matter what, we're going to flick and throw Clav and Sarakai. I mean, is there going to be a better time to give go again to something. And like this could be 1 point that matters. I don't know. I love the lizard. I love I love the lizard noise. Makes me so happy. Terrified that they kept 3 cards. So clearly they have the kill, right? Like it clearly they have the kill. We can take 1 here. The lizard is peak internet. Valk, that's so true, dog. That's so real. That's so real. I mean, I think we're supposed to block here and here. The claw protects us from lethalies. We're supposed to just stay at 10 and block here as well. And then we're going to go kunai, display loyalty. I mean, I think we have to, right? Like going to 9 is technically fine, I guess. Okay, so they totally baited me. Well played, opponent. Well played. So do we want to like be super greedy here and try to play the throw dagger? I think the answer almost always has to be no, right? Like I don't think there's another option here. Like we're always just pitching the throw dagger to be safe here. We need to be able to get both of our of daggers back here. Hmm. And Trey, sorry, I never came back to this, but yeah, I ended up adding Mopal to the deck over Amulet of Echoes because I was honestly just kind of like blown away that they weren't playing Mopal because Mopal is just like such a good utility headpiece into so many matchups. I think it's a necessary thing for like, I think you need it into Florian Victor. I don't know if you need it in this matchup. I might try it. If we play another Verdance, I might try it. Or like we might just like test it a little bit and see. I don't know. We might try a little bit and see how it feels. Getting 2 cards here is awesome. All right, well, getting a burn bear is absolutely terrifying. Wonder if that means like they probably have a lot of the leaves in their hand. What I'm thinking that means. Do I continue playing Victor that I'm comfortable on, or just spend the next 2 weeks learning Cindra? I mean, I guess we can still throw this, right? Like this is still fine. Um, like it's a tough question. You know, like so Salsa, I would say like how serious are you about, trying to like go to Yokohama? You know, like and I don't hmm, and like I don't mean that to sound like rude or anything, but it's like how serious are you about it? So they have it or they don't, right? Like it's that simple. It's just uh my opponent has literally never not had it. Oh, and it's this. So it's like even better technically. Hey, what's up, Xena? Yeah, I'm on Mask of Momentum. It's in our graveyard. We blocked with it already. So we take 3, and then we have to activate this in response to get our dagger back. And then we take 3 anyway. It's so. They also drew the light up the leaves. Like this, when it's in Arsenal, it's one thing, right? But like, look at this. There were literally 4, 5 running hands. They had 5 running hands of not having, or no, I'm sorry. They had Burn Bear. No, they had 5 running hands of not being able to kill me at instant speed because of the double reds. And they drew man, I just losing those games like that. When it's in Arsenal, I'm like, okay, you set it up, you played to it, but just ripping it off the top, man, like I don't know. That's just one of those things where it's just it always feels bad to me. Like it's statistically probably not that much of an actual feels bad, but it always feels so freaking bad to me when they just have it off the top like that. All right, let's not. I'm not gonna put notes down about like our bad beats about them having it off the top of the deck. Let's talk about why we lost that game. Why did we actually lose that game? Op has a bunch of damage prevention to slow Mom down. Never came close to hitting it. Try Mopal. Try Mopal to see if getting a utility attack is enough to give me the tempo lead to finish the game. So next time we play this matchup, we're going to try Mopal and see how it feels. So I'm honestly wondering, so don't get me wrong. Like losing to your Verdance opponent, ripping it off the top, it feels bad up here. But in my head, oh, this is the perfect time for the. But like, is it actually bad, right? Is it actually a bad beat, or does it just feel like a bad beat because it feels like we put the game in a good spot to win? Yo, Robert, I enjoyed the game. Thanks for the game, buddy. Ooh, we're playing against uh Luke. Playing against Luke. I think I have a Gravy Bones matchup. I have no idea what it is. This is supposed to be a slam dunk, but I don't think it is. It says to just run the straight 60 and not worry about anything else. That is the sideboard plan that I pulled together. Are we winning? I mean, we're 4-3. Like, I feel like we're having a pretty decent night tonight. Like nothing crazy, but this hand, Chief called. This hand ain't it, dog. They're playing enough copies of lasers that it's pretty easy to have it. Yeah, so that's what my brain's telling me, right? She has a lot to rip off the top now. Yeah, so it's like I think in my head I'm like letting it tell me that it feels bad, but I don't think it actually feels that bad. Like it's not supposed to feel that bad. And I think what I need to do is I think I need to like determine that mindset now so that I can determine should I actually feel upset when it comes time to like play the matchup, or should I just be like, yeah, you know what? Like that happens. Mush, 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 mush. Thank you for the follow over on Twitch. I appreciate you being here and hanging out. It means a lot. We're taking one here. Put the chum into play. I mean, you can attack me with a chum if you want to. I'm gonna block with Wrath and Ronin Renegade. Or maybe I'm just supposed to Arsenal the Wrath. I don't know. Drawing off the Snatch seems pretty good here. I think we're supposed to block with Wrath. I hate drawing this on turn 0, but if I slip up on a block, it's a straight loss. So, Robert, we were talking during the middle of the game about how this is like the second or third time you and I have played today. And I always feel like you play this matchup so well. I'm always very impressed with how you play the matchup every time we play. So just know that I do think very highly of how you play this matchup. What are we doing? Are we just dagger, demonstrate devotion? We're gonna skip past this. We're gonna go kunai into this again. We are leaving ourselves open. We throw brand at them. No, I think I'm trying to get too fancy with it here. You should ban anyone who beats you. I don't think we're gonna do that, Gavin. Oh, all right. So of course they had the fearless confrontation. I mean, it feels bad, but we'll just go ahead and kill this. They want to discard their sawbones. That's fine with me. We've committed to getting this off the board. I would like to get this off the board. Come in for 4. I mean, Gavin, if we banned everybody who beat me, there would be nobody to hang out because I lose a lot, dog. You can flick him by a dagger back to swing it at Chum, right? I could, but I'd have to give up a counter here, and I don't know if giving up a counter is correct this early in the game. Like, this is one of those games that like really normally goes the distance, I feel like. So I want to be able to... Plus, I wouldn't have any daggers for next turn, and I don't know how correct that is. And it could be fine. I don't know. Kind of have to like play it by ear. The counter would be worth 2. I'm unsure. So is the counter worth 2 life? Like 2 points of damage? That counter is probably normally worth 4. Somewhere between 4 and 7 is normally what we're using it for. So we get to send 2 more points upstairs. It's probably correct to wait if that's the case, now that I'm thinking about it like how you're telling me to, Damien. Which, to be honest, like, I like the way that you're thinking about it. They discard a card off the top of the deck trying to hit another ally. Honestly, based. Got him turning into Taylor. How often do you get to use all 3 in a game? Over the course of a game like this, we'll probably get to use all 3. I'll probably be a little bit more aggressive this game to try and use all 3. Because it's going to be a little bit of a longer game. There are definitely some games against like Cindra and like other aggro decks where I only use 1 or 2. I have been in those matchups, like against like other aggro decks, like against Cindra, against like Dio, like against like other things. I have been trying to play pretty aggressively. And like I'll use a resource for a dagger here or there because every point matters in those aggro matchups. But you play the deck very well, Robert. I'm always very impressed with how you play Verdance. So please know that like I mean that as like one of the highest compliments. You play it very well, and I'm always really impressed with how you play the deck. So I hope that's worth something to you. It might not be, you know. I mean, I get it. I'm just some random dude on the internet, not anybody that like you actually know or anything. So like, you daggered again, you'd have been sad. Ooh, I don't want to let them balance, right? So, hmm. I think we're gonna throw dagger, and then I hate to give them an extra card, but it is just worth 5 damage, right? They're gonna give us mask. It's pretty counterintuitive for them, but I think they're gonna give us mask here. They want to be able to get balance out of their value. Wow. That is such a juice draw. That is such a juice draw. Because they probably have a conk, right? Like they're probably looking to get value out of the leyline conk. Like they're gonna do the whole thing here. Um I mean, we're just gonna leave this here. It's not gonna matter. We're going to juice them with it. This is insane. Also, it can like randomly end the chain and kill something if we need to. We'll just yeah, it's fine. I'm content with this. Oh, I need to write down our notes here. We are playing against Sir Gravy Bones. We went second, I'm pretty sure. If I went first, let me know, but I'm pretty sure we went second. Definitely appreciate it. Wish Slippy wasn't dead, but I do love me some Wizard. You're a good player too. Best thing to learn is from mistakes, what you do. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, Robert. It means a lot. Thank you. Thank you very much. I mean, we're just going to take 8 and discard the overcrowded, right? Like, this is fine. I'm fully going to leave this here until do we send the ignite at this? No, we're supposed to go upstairs with this into the dagger. I mean, I feel like playing 2 Fellings over the course of like a 9-turn game isn't really that lucky. I don't know. Maybe it could be, but it doesn't feel that lucky, right? Damien, you got to stop trying to ruin everybody with this 9-book Slippy dog. Dog. You got to stop trying to like get in everybody's head with this. Damien, every time you bring up the 9 book, this is how I feel.
Lizard. Lizard. Lizard.
That's exactly how I feel, dog. Every time. I haven't even seen it. I don't have to see it. It's the Damien special. I don't have to see it, brother. I don't have to see it. We don't need a counter. This is fine. We're gonna go display loyalty at the Sawbones. It doesn't matter which one. Theirs or mine is fine. Can we draw into a Burning Blade dance? Pretty good. Is that a... Why did we not make a fealty token? Oh, it's a hero. It's a hero. Didoy. Blizzard? 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 Get him, Jay. Get him. I'd sent the ignite at the Sawbones, and they have to prevent one to keep it alive, which forces dagger hit for cut through. Yeah, like we would have been able to like try and like guarantee the cut through effect, but now like it's already lined up that way, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, we didn't know that was going to happen, but I see what you're saying, Dave. It makes a lot of sense that like we would have played it out that way. It would have been a way to guarantee the cut throughs online because cut through is a little risky sometimes. Evan, what's up, dude? Damien is one of the card guys that only make good deck lists, like 9 Surging Zen. Listen, Damien's a G. I love Damien. Damien's one of my favorite people that like doesn't understand personal because normally not understanding personal face makes me want to strangle you. But like, you know, with Damien, it's okay. Damien's all right. Damien's all right. Stands pretty good. Yo, Randy, what's up, dude? I do think your line was better for Mass Trigger though. So it was better at pushing Mask, but left myself more open to like the Sawbones prevention. Damien, you know exactly what I mean by that, dog. You know exactly what I mean by that, Damien. Put the chum into play, activate the old hooky hook, and then come in for 4. Yeah, it's fine. We're gonna go to 18 and we're gonna give him the hook. We're just going to send 2 allies at the or 2 attacks at this, right? Or like, do we spend the first attack at them? So, like, we've already seen 2 fearless confrontations. Like, if we go upstairs with this and then flick and then throw dagger at this, and then we could attack them here. Or we could actually give them an opportunity to block, which I think would be ideal, right? First at them to get them to trigger chum, in my opinion. We are gonna flick here. Yeah, I guess attacking them first would have been fine. They were gonna activate it anyway. It didn't matter. And then we're gonna attack them for 2. We're gonna flick one of the daggers at them. And we are gonna use the last resource. That's true. If they no block, so it's been so long since I've played against like these. It's been so long since I have played against these like ally decks with like a ninja and mask momentum. And I say that like I guess I was at nationals, but I played one Gravy Bones, and that was before Gravy Bones was really like figured out. Poor Taylor. Poor Taylor. We're always laughing at Taylor's expense. I'm just gonna go ahead and get this back because we're going to get flexors here off the rigor mortis, which is fine. We're gonna have both of our daggers back and a fealty for next turn. Not very likely they're able to do anything. Holy Toledo, Batman. What is this hand? Oh, actually, they could get like a... They can put Rigor Mortis into play right here. What is this hand? What is this hand? I mean, it's 3, 5 at them, dagger, and to throw 1 at them. I mean, they're at 8, so like just getting aggressive is fine, right? This is Heart of the Dragon. That's true. Classic Talishar shuffler. I love that that's become like such a common thing. Like people are like, "Oh, Talishar, you silly goose." Do we send this at the rigor mortis? No, right? We were supposed to lead on attacking rigor mortis. So we're supposed to attack rigor mortis, pitching this. Yeah, thank God Luke's cool with like me taking stuff back. Appreciate Luke being chill. If this is the last fearless confrontation, we're just gonna leave the rigor mortis in play. For my first 3 hands in Tough Nut on your list every single turn. It happens all the time. Like that happens so much more regularly than like I wish actually happened. We're gonna flick the dagger. Keep mask and momentum alive. We're gonna come in for 5 go again. What's the software you're using? It's actually not a software. It's just a URL. Alashar.net. I just put that in there. I just put it in the chat for you. So somebody actually asked me earlier this week if I had ever considered making a oh do I want to clear the ally and just get my daggers back? Probably fine. I'll have 1 dagger back anyway. Yeah, somebody asked me earlier to make a video about how the Talishar UI works. And so I was thinking about doing like a run through of like Ferbrary and Talishar and just like having a video out there for everybody who like kind of like joins the game later. What do they play? Played Portside Exchange. I mean, they could try to like draw some cards and do some stuff. Ask him when the Nats video is. All right, you said he'll know what he means. All right. Kevin wants to know when the Nats video is. He said you would understand. I can't wait to see what Luke says. We're waiting. We're waiting. He just said lol. He just said lol is all he said. He said I'll talk to him. Okay. He said I'll talk to him. We're gonna try and get pretty aggressive this hand.
Show me what you got.
GG though couldn't get the second chum out. I mean, I guess like so there must have not been like a blue in hand, because if you crack a blue into another blue, oh, I guess he knew what was on top. Empowerment. We just win here. So like we flick. Wait, no, we can't do it all, can we? We cannot do it all. I mean, actually we can. Never mind, never mind. Because he took 1, we're good. Holy Stream Deck.
Lizard.
Yes, I bought a Stream Deck. Finally bought a Stream Deck. So we're going to attack with this. With the trigger on the stack, we're going to activate this to get our other dagger back. Because Luke was willing to go to 1, we were able to get both the daggers back and go for lethal there. The lizard is my favorite soundboard. I told Carly that when I got the soundboard, like, don't get me wrong, I actually set up a bunch of convenient things for myself to make my life easier when I'm doing stuff. But I like when like the lizard was the first soundboard thing I put on there. I put some funny ones that I thought would be like okay to just like chat about and stuff, like or just would be funny situationally. All right, so we played against Gravy. Made some misplays on targeting allies with attacks. Review for cleaner kills. For cleaner ally removal. Luke drew some funky hands and was first block a lot. Never saw Gallo in play. All right. Well, we finished 5-3, which is definitely not as good as the stream was on Tuesday. And normally I'd play another one, but we got the podcast going on tonight. So yeah, we're recording the podcast just a little bit later. Guys, just a couple things before we wrap up the stream. One, if you are a YouTube sub or a YouTube member, make sure you check out. I've updated the Lyeth Cyborg guide, and it's in the Discord. And I've also updated the Cindra Cyborg guide, and it's in the Discord. So you guys have access to both of those if you're a YouTube member or a Twitch subscriber. All you have to do is link that platform to the Discord. No streams this weekend. I will be at Canada's Collectibles store fall festival this weekend, hanging out, like, taking pictures, signing cards, just playing games and having a good time this weekend. So it's supposed to be a lot of fun. If you're going to be in the area near Jackson, Tennessee, make sure you come hang out. It's from 11 to 6 Central. It's going to be a really good time this weekend. You may notice there is an exclamation point gsc10k command on the stream title. The Green Tree Sports Card 10K is coming up. It is coming up November the 1st and November the 2nd. There is a 10K CC tournament on Saturday, and there is a 2.5K LL tournament on Sunday. So if you're looking to get reps in for Worlds, make sure you come hang out. Plus, if you've already won a ProQuest, you can't play anymore. So yeah, make sure you come hang out. Should be a lot of fun. I'm probably going to be there. I'm not 100% sure yet. Not 100% sure, but probably going to be there. So yeah, anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you guys for being here. Hang on, there was a question I missed. Ever done a half-hour learn to play video? I've never done a half-hour learn like a learn to play video. I've never actually done something like that. I've had a few people request it. I've debated putting something together like that on like how to attack, how to block, how action points work. I don't know. I thought about doing that, and then I think I'm going to make a video for the Talishar UI and like how to use it and stuff like that. I think that could be useful for newer players as they get into the game. It'd be good content for people to have and watch. So what are the odds I fly out to the 10K 2 weeks before Worlds and don't get divorced? I mean, I have no idea. Charlie's cool enough to let me do it, but I'm convinced I have the best wife in the whole world. So take that for what it's worth, dog. Don't turn the stream off or I'll cease to exist. Gavin, I'm sorry. I got to turn the stream off, dog. I got to turn it off. Guys, thanks for hanging out. If you're going to ProQuest this weekend, best of luck at the first weekend of ProQuest. We'll be talking everything that happened ProQuest on Monday night, and we'll be playing some more games, practicing for Worlds. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. Have a good weekend, and I will see you guys on Monday. Take it easy, guys.
Kyle requested 5 subs of water. Fucking weeb. It was not water. That was not water.
Oh, here, have some water.
I was lied to. The lies. Yo.